we need to ask, how are we going to have everyone coming into this country who may have had contact, how are we going to make it easy, predictable, and verifiable that we're knowing their temperatures for those next X amount of days? If we do that, then we have a monitoring system that can prevent this kind of individual action by the states. If we don't do that, then the American people are asking their governors to protect them.
So, if I understand you correctly, you don't think that this was a good idea, that you do understand why the governors may have reacted. I want to read you something that the mayor of New York...
Our hearing indicated from the people we had that it wasn't a good idea. Democrats and Republicans pushed back and said, yes, but you've said these things and now you're not credible. That was the problem we saw in our hearing. Obviously, the Energy and Commerce Committee saw changes after they held their hearing that showed that the protocols were not yet accurate. So again, this is about public confidence. The way you restore public confidence is first you have leadership, then you admit that
President's done a lot of things.
Well, he appointed a lawyer. And, you know, if this was an election problem, I would be a little less worried. The fact is, I'd much rather he find a four-star general or admiral to coordinate these people who have said things that didn't turn out to be accurate, who have made mistakes and don't want to admit them. Your last, the doctor was on, he's still playing, we didn't make any mistakes. People are
He said there were problems and there were mistakes going in with the, I mean, he did
right,
say that, Dr. Fauci.
They were so sure they were right, and now people are dead, people are infected, and governors of both parties are reacting because there isn't a trust in the leadership of this administration. Getting that back is doable. It's our responsibility to do it, but it's also our responsibility now to second guess at our level the things that are said to us to make sure the American people do have watchdogs.
I want to play you something that the mayor of New York said. He did not know that this isolation regulation was going to be put into effect in New York, and here's what he had to say.
These individuals who are going there to serve are the people who will end this crisis. We can't have the illusion that we can turn away from it and someday it may end. If we took that attitude, if nations around the world took that attitude, this would be a truly devastating global crisis.
And it's the same point that Dr. Fauci made, that we can't discourage workers from going there because where this stops is in West Africa. Would you agree with that point?
Absolutely. The fact is that we've got to beat it at its source. Just as we have, and I use this analysis or analogy in my hearing, just as the global war on terror is fighting ISIL outside of Baghdad, outside of Erbil, and so on, you have to go to where this is. At the same time, the American people want to know that our 3,000 or so military personnel are being properly protected, that we're watching for them, and that we have a plan for the inevitability that one or more of them will become infected, and we've got to protect them.